another episode of M.I.C.S podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Jeremiah.
I'm Daniel.
I guess I'm Matt.
You guess?
I guess.
You don't know who you are?
No.
That makes sense. That tracks. But today, the subject is going to be, now we talked about the 90s, but we were quite young in the 90s. So we're going to go to the 2000s. So that's our subject going to be for today. You know, our experiences in the 2000s. We were young adults in the 2000s, early 2000s. So
Young bucks.
yeah, some of us are not. Actually, all of us are pretty. We're not really the same. I don't know. You feel like you still the same, right?
What? Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I
mean,
don't-
there's
I don't see that.
adult stuff that's changed. But
Yeah, that's true. But personality wise, I feel like we all kind of. I feel like I'm different. I don't know if y'all feel that way, but
you different.
do you see that? Do you see
These
the
two
change? Do you
chains.
see the growth?
We're going to get into
Not the physical growth,
how
but the
you-
mental growth.
I think you were bigger back in the day, though.
No, I was small then. Y'all used to think I was big.
He was always just
because
bigger
I was
than we were.
because we were smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I was like 180 pounds, and y'all was calling me all kinds of Fat Albert and Shamu.
Well, you was doing worse. You was doing the worst to us.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I had the dusty fro with no edge up and stuff.
Goku. Yeah. Calling him Goku.
But what did I say about you? Did I say anything about you?
You used to physically attack Danny all the time.
Oh,
I only slapped him once.
Once
Yeah.
he was
he
playing
should've lost his
only-
life.
Monopoly.
There was one time I slapped him in Monopoly once.
That was it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
Right.
He's looking at you like that's not.
That was the
doing
only
it.
time, right? I slapped you.
Ain't
But he
never-
deserved
ain't
it,
never
though.
do that to me.
He deserved it. Because I landed on like.
I don't know. I just had this very overwhelming urge.
Just slap
to
him
slap
now.
him back.
just
Now for no reason.
after all these years.
Just the fact he had to bring it up on camera.
Wow.
Yeah, he about to slap him.
No, he said it. Like I've been attacking you. Like I'm
You
just
were.
an
You
abusive
better should have
friend.
slapped though.
Like I'm an abusive friend.
You were.
And then he said it was for
If you
a good
just slap
reason.
somebody one time, you're not an abuser.
And he said it was for a good reason, just because he was losing.
Yeah,
I laughed at him because he
No.
was losing.
Nah, like I think I landed on Park Place or whatever, Monopoly.
Yeah, you had to
And
pay.
then like, he was sitting
little
like
cocky,
he's sitting
getting a
like
little
right now.
cocky
He
with
was like, just like in my ear, just loud. And I just had to just,
Is this
like,
how y'all
bat
want to
back.
start this episode? I want to actually go into.
Monopoly?
I mean, y'all just randomly start talking about
But that's how the 2000s started, just like that.
him slapping him.
Yeah. 99, we thought that, Y2K.
99 and 2000.
We thought that the world was going to end.
It should have ended for him that day.
Oh my God, get off of that.
He sat there. It looks
You're still
crazy
talking
because
about
the
it.
way. Yeah.
The slapped
All right,
helped you.
let me get us back on track. All right, so now
Y2K. Yeah, I remember that. Y2K.
We didn't even know you.
I do remember Y2K.
Was y'all scared?
No,
You weren't scared. Oh, yeah,
I
because
mean-
you're a G.
no, I ain't know nobody that was scared.
People were scared.
We were
They thought
kind.
the
I
world
mean,
was
I didn't know no one personally.
Oh, yeah.
I think that it was something that was on the news and stuff like that,
I
but we
was
didn't really
excited.
realize why what was going. Why would it had
I was excited at the time.
That the world was coming to an end?
No.
what were you excited
What made you
about?
excited
Well, because
about-
I was about to commit a illegal act, which of course didn't happen because Y2K and all the rumors didn't transpire the way they said it.
He's about to do something he wasn't supposed to do.
Okay, so we can get arrested after this episode. Got it.
Yeah. Statute of limitations hasn't
What
ran
he
out
said.
yet.
I don't know.
But
You don't know what the act was going to be.
yeah,
Well,
he,
you gonna
did-
tell
he
us.
never actually said.
Tell us on this recorded line. What were you gonna?
No,
what were
I
you gonna do,
No, I ain't
Daniel?
doing those stuff.
No. What illegal activities were you going to do? And why?
But that does put you in the mindset
I was
that
gonna find
he
where you were and smack you.
Oh, okay. It does make you see it as he thought of it as a real thing, like the world was possibly going to end.
No, I just thought the power was going to go out.
They made it seem like all the computers were going to shut down or something, or I don't know, like
Yeah.
so like a control alt delete on all technology or something.
No, I think like they'd be like the bait and switch type thing. I always be like the government's
Then the government made that
puts the
up.
fear out there, and people start, and there's something else going on. Like they're
Trying to
screwing something up.
They probably were saying they're getting people to
that we don't know about. You know,
there's a new conspiracy every episode.
Because remember the thing that they were saying was they were saying it was gonna affect like all the computer systems and stuff, and companies were going out there buying new computers and stuff by the bundles and stuff.
Yeah.
I think
it's the way to get people kind of buying stuff. I mean, I'm not saying that that's what it probably did happen. People were doing stuff just because they thought something was about to happen. Maybe.
And you see what happens every time they say this, like
every time it's like a fear tactic. They always give us to like make everybody's behavior change.
Everybody go out there buying up all the toilet tissue and water and.
Yeah, but the 2000s, I wasn't too fond of the beginning of the 2000s. I mean, I was still living with my parents and stuff. You know, wasn't. I think the 2000s for me was probably when I mean, we were staying with my parents. It wasn't the best part. I was about to say when I moved out, but I think we should start a little bit before that. So we was living before when we first met you.
Mm-hmm.
We were all living with our parents.
Mm-hmm. It was all under 18, so yeah.
Yeah, that's how I'm starting it out. So I'm throwing it to y'all.
Me.
Oh yeah, Danny and I, we didn't like each other.
Yeah. Well, wait. No. I thought y'all was in a little circle of friends.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, I didn't know. I ain't really cool with him at first.
No.
I thought it was like that with me and you.
No, I was cool with your oldest brother first.
Okay.
So him and I were cool. And Danny was around.
He just so happened to be there. Oh yeah, you're right. You didn't like Danny at first. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because even when B and you start getting cool,
you didn't like Danny. Danny would try to,
he would try to hitchhike on our
hang out with us,
our adventure or whatever. Like we're going to the movie. Oh yeah, let me get my coat.
You know that same exact story. I told him about it. He denied it.
He did.
Yeah, like he was on the bus when it drove away.
Like I'm driving the bus.
No.
I supposed to stop the bus.
No, he denied it. I told him it happened, and he was like, "No, I don't remember you coming up to the bus." I was like, "Yes, because I told you."
Hold the bus. I'm right here.
Exactly. We supposed to hold the bus. Like, hold up, we got this person who not my friend.
No.
Who I don't like coming down the street. I'm like, no.
He's telling some whole different story. I said he denied that it ever happened.
Okay, I'm not saying that I did or didn't.
And now he's talking about
you fussing with yourself.
Stop the bus.
You fussing with yourself at this point.
No, I'm talking to the viewers now because
that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But he said, "What should I have stopped the bus?" Which means that it did happen.
Yeah, it did happen.
But he told me it did not happen.
It was all in your mind.
Yeah, like
So you was going crazy. You thought you was going crazy.
Well, you know, once you
have
to also acknowledge the fact that we're a little older now. So sometimes I have a senior moment. So I just probably forgot.
So this was recent when he denied it?
Yes.
Okay, well, yeah.
I'm just having a senior moment.
Okay. No, it happened. It definitely happened.
Yeah. I see that senior moment just disappeared.
Well, you want me to apologize?
How soon did this happen?
This was like probably a month and a half ago.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
How'd this get brought up?
I don't know.
Because I mentioned it.
He always just want to talk about all the injustice that he received in his life. Woe is me.
He comes over, so he was doing this, telling me about how he appreciates our friendship and stuff, and then I had mentioned how things were in the past and how he didn't like me. He's like, "Why do you think that?" And I mentioned that, and he tried to sit there and tell me it never happened. I'm like, I just woke up one day. I'm like, you know what? I want to create this elaborate dream of me chasing after.
Are you so upset about this? Like, I think you need to forgive.
I mean, now that he realizes it was true, if you did say that, now he says you gaslit him.
You want an apology?
He said you gaslit him.
I think I deserve one.
I'm sorry that I didn't stop the bus driver.
No. I mean,
he said you lied to him.
I
didn't remember.
You had a senior moment. He said.
Yes, I had a senior moment. Forgive my jeans.
All right, so but back y'all were you didn't like Danny.
No, I did not at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that. I do remember that now. Now that you're refreshing my memory, you know what I mean, I do remember that. And what changed? Well, you met our older brother first, and then cool. you was working at the college.
Yes, I was working at the college. Yeah,
and then you used to walk by our house in order to go to your house.
Yeah,
and
I used to have like this bag I used to carry.
Yeah, Felix a cat bag.
Yeah, I used to do catering at the college, so I would always have like
everything,
all the food, everything I can fit, everything I can fit in the bag.
He pulling out subs, sodas. This one that had the Sprite remix. He had, what soda you want? I want a Sprite remix. He pulled one out. I got a Minute Maid. You want a Minute Maid? I got.
Do y'all remember that time
he got subs?
I fed the whole family out my bag. I had like 2 pans of lasagna.
Yeah,
2 pans of lasagna out my bag.
Of that Felix the Cat bag. So this is when movie theaters used to be a thing.
I didn't bring my bag then. No.
Yes, he did.
What time you talking about?
No,
I'm about to go to it.
It's not that time. No, he wasn't with us that time. He might be talking about a different time.
No, I'm talking about the time because remember when we did go to the movies, he would bring his Felix the Cat bag, and then of course in the food court they had the Burger King and all this stuff, and then of course you're supposed to only buy the food for the movie theaters, but we.
No, I had it in my hoodie.
That's I think he wasn't with us. That was a different time. It was,
I had it in my hoodie?
It was me and you. And he was trying to come in there, and the guy was like, "Hey, is that food?" Oh, we out like this. He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You can't bring that," because I had food too, but I put it underneath my. I had a jacket on, and I put it underneath my arm and walked through. I got through, so I could have left him, but I was like, "Dang." Yeah.
We used to be up in
you still had your food on you though.
I know, but I didn't get caught.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we used to be up in the movie theaters, sitting there eating big Whoppers and fries, drinking full sodas and everything.
Remember when they had we stopped at Johnny Rockets one time?
Yeah.
Even though
that burger.
It was disgusting.
Yeah, he was like, what dudes? I felt like go look. Turn around, throw the burger at the dude.
Had a bag. Yeah, I did. You right. I had like a bag full of
Yeah, but that was
Johnny Rockets.
The other one was the day with the hoodie was a different day.
Yeah, that was something else. That was a hoodie.
All right,
I think I ever got caught with the
bag.
Did I get caught with my bag? Somebody told me to open my bag.
Yeah.
Another senior moment. So I don't remember this stuff.
I don't remember that. I wasn't there.
Moments, they're frequent.
I don't think I was there that day. I don't remember that day.
Because he wanted to look inside the bag. Because then all of us were walking through. And then, of course, we would stop because you were with us. So we would walk through after he check our ticket and we wait for you. And then you had tried to come through. And then I couldn't hear exactly what he was saying, but he was pointing down at your bag. And then I saw you open it. And the guy shook his head.
What? So what I want to bring up is,
oh wow!
I mean, kind of bring it back to like I said, Jeremiah. We known him 18 plus years now.
More than that.
Let's say plus. Say
you want to say 20 plus?
No, I don't know about
it's 20. It's definitely been more than 20.
But yeah, no. When we first met him, yeah, that it was we were all living with our parents. The struggle was real, It was getting kind of crowded in our house. We had some nephews and nieces, plus the 6 other people that normally lived there, my mom and dad. So it was kind of getting crowded in there, man. The 2000s was the beginning of the struggle for me.
Yeah, I remember Hurricane Katrina. Was it Katrina?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. No, was that when we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So happened. It did. It did. No, that wasn't her. That was Isabel.
Isabel. That's what I mean.
I was just about Katrina did happen when we.
Yeah, but I mean Isabel because Isabel affected us more. So
yeah,
Virginia. That was crazy.
Yeah,
we were out in Isabel.
Yes.
Yes.
My parents sent me outside with the dog to walk the dog in Isabel, and then we no, I don't think it was during the hurricane. It was I think the day after the hurricane because it knocked all of our power out in the area we were in, and it stayed out for I think months.
Yeah,
and then we had to walk you home, and people were out there doing all types of stuff.
Then we moved into a hotel for a little bit.
Yeah, that was after it fell through the roof, but the tree. But Like people were in the middle of the street fighting. People were sitting there trying to break into the pawn shop.
Armageddon going on.
Yeah, and we had to walk him at home, walk him home, which he lived at the other side of the street, down the other side of the block. We had to walk him home through the entire thing.
Yeah, but when we first met him, it was like, first person that I guess we befriended up here for the most part. I mean, we knew other people when we first came up here because of our aunt. We lived with her.
Yeah.
But we all lived with our parents. It was getting kind of crowded. We started working at. Now, when we first met, you was cool with our older brother.
Mm-hmm.
Then you started hanging out with him and, now our sister-in-law and you known her before us, but and then y'all created a circle of friends. I was not included. I wasn't included. I wasn't included in the circle of friends.
You was not at all. No.
Yeah, in the
you
circle.
Didn't want to be in a circle.
No, I did. I did not want to be in the circle.
I would say the early 2000s. I'd say I remember friendships were, even though we call people friends, it's like friendships were very surface level and very finicky. Like, but for some reason, people still called each other friends. They were just people that you happen to see all the time. But y'all called each other friends, and maybe y'all hung out once or twice or something.
What other friends did you have?
Exactly. What are you talking about?
I mean,
I definitely didn't call you a friend at that time.
Yeah, I don't. Who else did you have as a friend?
Well, like for example, like I called what's her name? Our sister-in-law. She was
that was not your friend.
Well, then thank you for agreeing with what I was about to say, because she was part of the circle of friends. But
I didn't say that out loud.
But me and her weren't friends.
No, I mean, but you said it was finicky. They disappear and stuff, but she's still here to this day.
No, I'm saying finicky. Like as far as like they weren't the friendships. They weren't really built on anything like solid, like what you would have as an adult. Like being an adult, those friendships you gotta like really like.
You got to work on.
Yeah, you got to work on them. Y'all got to have trust. Y'all got to have been through some things. But, when you're a young adult, it's like, oh, we just play basketball together, especially if y'all been playing basketball together for the last several months or something. Oh, yeah, that's my friend. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's almost like you just use the term just because it's just a catchphrase almost.
Mm-hmm.
Just use it without there really being any meaning behind it.
Yeah, I mean, friends back in the day, I think, was more so like that. As adults, I never called anybody a friend.
Okay.
There's associates. There's people that that you work with, you cool with.
Oh, true.
I'm cool with him. Yeah, I know him. He's all right. It's never, hey, you're my friend. I know.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah, maybe you try to call me out because I don't want to have all 1,000 friends.
No, you definitely had you had friends. You had everybody was a friend,
Yeah.
Except for me, apparently.
And he didn't listen to his mom and dad all the time.
Oh, whoa, huh? To me?
Yeah.
Why would you say that on this recorded line? I listen to my parents.
No, you listen to your parents.
I always listen.
So you was kind of like
mama.
Yeah, you was just your parent. How your parents are like protective.
Mm-hmm.
Your parents were very protective.
Okay, and I didn't listen to them.
Yeah, we weren't really a good family to be known around. With at the time.
Well, it was because Danny was a rebel.
Yeah, that's true.
But they liked you.
Yeah, they definitely. Yeah. I love them to this day.
Yeah,
they're
definitely
great family.
Ask you about you all
really
they
great.
only ask about you. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Nah. I do like your mom and dad. They're like a second family to me. Yeah, and your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my brothers were kind of rebellious.
Well, just him. The older brother and the younger brother was fine.
Oh yeah, the younger. Well, of course, Joey ain't do nothing.
Yeah.
But he listens to his parents. I don't know why I said that.
Exactly.
But but we were all living with our parents. We weren't, we wanted to get out of our family's house, kind of just to experience being an adult. We kind of wanted to rush out of there, not knowing what we were getting ourselves into.
And an interesting thing though, is that Danny was my first roommate.
That's crazy.
We didn't see eye to eye at one point, but because it was crazy. Because I feel like if I could think back, correct me if I'm wrong. Because like I said, I have senior moments.
Yeah.
So I feel like you and I was cool at one point, and I asked you to like oh we should move out, get a place together, whatever. And I feel like you was like no, and I was just like dang, because I know I needed somebody. Like I couldn't afford it by myself.
No, that did happen, but
okay.
It did, but I had already agreed to move out with my cousin.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So it was already in play.
Gotcha.
So I didn't want to kind of just like no to him, and he already had.
Gotcha.
But I think I moved out first before you and him. I moved out first. I was living next to our older brother.
Did he get married first, and then
we moved out. Dave moved out first.
Yeah, Dave moved out first.
We moved out.
No, I moved out.
Okay.
I did. All right. Well, no, y'all were staying down the street from where we stayed.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't know anything about like where you were staying. Because at the time, like I remember when we were leaving. Yeah, I was married, and then I remember when I had left, because then me and my wife at the time. That's when the power was out in the house, and everybody was coming down into our room because I had that kerosene heater. That was the only heat we had. So you were still in the house.
I wasn't there for that.
Okay.
I wasn't there. I was already gone. I was gone for a while. What place was that at?
Not the one where the roof fell through the house.
No, it wasn't that.
Yeah, it's the one right across the street from it.
Across the street, No, I don't remember that. I think I was already gone.
Well, either way,
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. But I remember moving out first. I think David moved out, then me and our cousin moved out, and I was gone for a while. And then I remember y'all moving out, and then I remember y'all telling us that y'all had moved like down the street. Like y'all were, I mean, not down the street, but y'all were like
close
enough. Not that far from where we was at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then that's when we just start going over here taking stuff and
It's still stealing stuff from my head.
What I will say that I do remember very vividly about the early 2000s, the music. I think that was like when what I would consider the good rap music to really be was really in full effect. Nelly was still hitting it big. 50 definitely was 50 Cent.
Oh yeah, 50.
Yeah, that's when 50 first came out.
Kanye West, Fabulous,
Ludacris.
Ludacris. That was
Jay-Z.
like, and then R&B was still alive.
Yeah, Neo was coming out.
Yeah, R&B was still alive and
Chris Brown had just came out around that time.
Yeah, and so the music was really good. And I think that's when things started to really get a lot dangerous in society.
Dangerous?
Yeah, because like I would say the 90s going into the early 2000s, that was like the last time like when like people were able to really go outside and something crazy wasn't going to happen to you. And then
we did have September 11 in the 2000s, right?
Yeah, but
I think you talk about like Columbine and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just saying like in society,
it was kind of like after that though, like started getting kind of weird right after like September 11. Then like the country started getting kind of crazy. Well,
yeah.
I was just thinking about this. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm gonna say this real quick. I think for like millennials, we kind of like seen a lot.
We have.
We've seen a lot.
Yeah, we're a blend of the 80s, 90s. Now we're still pretty young to still experience and enjoy somewhat of the 2000s.
Yeah,
I mean, there was no internet. There was no. We
literally saw like cell phones, kind of like
no internet, no real cell phones was in abundance, especially smartphones.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we had internet. We just had dial-up. Well,
no, I'm saying, but we lived through not having internet. It's 80s. We grew up in the 80s.
Cell phone situation story.
Yeah, then he's giant house phone here.
No, because we went out with some friends.
The Nokia phone you talking
and
about.
He had like this
Nokia
phone that was this big, but for some reason I had it on me. I don't know why I had his phone on me. And so we was out with some friends. We had like some like, you know, some girls, whatever. And I was trying to get like one of the girls' number or whatever. And so I had to pull out this phone. And so everybody started laughing at my phone at the table, included him, like it was his phone. He was like, ah! I was like, are you serious? It's your phone.
It was my old phone.
Classic.
I mean, it's that Nokia phone. Yeah, with the little green screen.
I updated to, the smaller phone.
But now the Nokia phone about the size of a house phone.
It was huge. I don't even know how I had it on me. Like I just pulled this.
Did you have your bag at the time?
No.
That's probably where it came from.
No, I don't know. I just pulled it out of something like a black hole. Yeah. And everybody was just like, yes. But he was laughing the loudest.
Yeah, but I would say like, yeah, we did live through a lot. Like we went through, what was it, the Gulf War? We went through 9/11. No cell phones.
Would you say the transition? I mean, I know I'm about to say. Would you say that do you like? Cause me and Jeremiah talked about it.
Okay.
Before, but do you like the 2000s better than the 90s?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
Guess the 2000s.
The way you was talking about it, like the best music was in the 2000s.
The best rapper.
No, I said that's I said that's when there was still, that was like all the good music was on its way out.
Oh, on its way out. Okay.
Yeah, like nowadays there's just a whole bunch of mumble rapping, and then there's Drake. Well, I guess there is J. Cole and Kendrick, and a small amount of people sprinkled about, but it wasn't. And then even the video games, it's like that was the last of when you were actually able to play video games in your friend's house. And you were able to do it all in the house, get all your friends together and play on the same screen.
Yeah.
So that was the last time when that was possible.
Yeah.
People used to be outside too. They don't really be out like, playing outside. I feel like that kind of died out in the early 2000s. Like
I think it's towards the mid they stopped. Because that's towards the mid. Because they were, you said it was people playing outside still, but then it was like towards the mid, like 2010 possibly, when you stop seeing as much kids at the like park playing
or basketball.
Like now, like I go
arcades.
I'll take my daughter to like the park, and there's we're playing. There's kids. There's like we went there yesterday. Thing was packed. But it's parents, like they're always like chaperone. Like I think by themselves, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
90s, man, we were
like out.
We were gone.
Young.
We weren't even at the park next to the house. We was at the park down across, somewhere totally different, not in the same neighborhood.
For us, we were like always on the other side of the city in cases.
Yeah, but the 2000s, anywhere you go, you're with your parent or something. Like your parents following you.
As times got worse.
Yes.
Like it's like we used to be out, like, and parents should be okay. I guess because like sometimes in our time frame in the earlier generations, like you kind of had like the neighborhood kind of watch you a little bit too. So maybe like your parents felt more comfortable because they kind of knew their neighbors.
I think it's social media changed it because your kids have access to people that not even in the city.
Oh, true.
So now you got people, adults.
Everything's
catfishing. You say, "Hey, come meet me at the park," and it's some strange. You're not sure who your kids are talking to at any moment in time. Before it was like local, like the people that you knew was in went to your school, or they, you met them at the grocery store. It was like a more smaller community. Now it's like you can talk to somebody across in another city, and now they have access to and you don't know these people neither. The people online is different than the people that you know in person. So you can say, "Hey, I'm this person," and they show up. You're like, "Hey, you ain't that person." You know what I mean? It's a different thing. It's a more scarier thing because now it's like you don't know where your kids are.
Who they're meeting with.
Who you're meeting with, because you, like I said, you only knew the people in your small little area at the time. So.
Also, the early 2000s was the last time I could say I was actually able to have freedom of speech. I'm not going to get into that too politically.
Freedom of speech where? What are you talking about?
Just in general. Like, you say something, it's like it's harassment. You say something, you're sexist. You say something, you're racist. It's like,
yeah, okay.
all I said was,
Yeah. You say something. You say anything anybody could take offense to.
Oh yeah, because times have changed. Like even like with like some of the comedians and stuff like that. Like how comedy used to be. I be watching like old clips like of like Mad TV or whatever, and some of the stuff I would see now because I forgot. I was like, how did I get away with that? Like
Living Color.
Yeah, Living Color. Like you can't like certain things you just can't say anymore. So yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So now it's like people just tend to be more quiet because it's like depending on what you say, it may make somebody feel.
No, that's not true. It happens, but it's only one-sided now.
So, I think if you're popular enough, you can say whatever it seems like.
That, but it's also on say it's one-sided. So you can go on there and say men are trash or something, and nothing's gonna happen. You can't do that in reverse. I can't go on and say women are blah blah blah, whatever it is, because you're probably gonna get canceled. You say certain things about certain communities, it happens. But anybody can talk about certain other communities and then nothing happen at all. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. It's like it's one-sided. It's kind of like swayed to one side. Instead of it just being everybody can talk about everybody, it's like I can talk about you, but you can't talk about me type thing. You know what I'm saying? And I get certain things, like, you saying something that's like, racist or something. Different.
Like something blatant.
Yeah. But I mean, even then, like, depending on what race of the person, sometimes that's okay, but that's where I feel like it's one-sided. If you're all the way over there, depending on what protected class I guess you are, you could say anything about another one and it'd be like, oh, everybody's okay with it. There's certain things you could do. Like, you ever had a woman come up to you and grab you like, ooh, I can't do that. I can't grab no woman and do that, but they can do that. Or tall, dark, and handsome, or like take it off. They can say that to me, like take that shirt off or something like that. But if I said that, nah,
yeah, but that's
not happening. I'm canceled.
Also, like how I said the relationships and friendships with people are just pinnacle because it's like now since that is indeed the case, every conversation is surface level. Unless it's amongst guys or the same
you're
gender
comfortable with,
yeah. But other than that, and even then, you gotta then understand like what their sexual preferences and all that stuff. So it's like then in the attempt to not end up in some legal dispute or HR related issue or whatever, everything you do is just surface level.
Yeah, be careful.
Kids. Weather sure is nice today. Yeah. And it's like at the end of the day, you done had this whole
No,
conversation.
but it's like I said, that's one-sided.
Yeah, that's
I've had people at a job grab me or something like that, and like I'm just saying like grab. Ooh, yeah. And it's like it's like that's okay though. I mean, because I think it's the expectation. Like if I said something like, "Man, toughen up," and but in reverse, how dare you? And I wouldn't do that anyway, but I'm just saying is that it still happens it's not to say it's gone altogether because it still happens. It just doesn't happen. It's just not across the board. You can't just do that across the board because everything can be seen a different way.
I agree with you. But what I'm saying is that also certain protected classes, I'll just say that, also are bigger than what they were before. So the thing is that you don't know, like, obviously we're brothers, so I obviously know you're not one of those groups. But if you were just some random guy on the street, I don't know what protected class that you associate with, or even if you're not one of those protected classes, that you're not a sympathizer of a protected class. And then you got, and like how you said, it's one way. That's half the whole country's population. That is that. So when you start thinking about it from that perspective, and then there's also protected classes within that gender also.
Yeah.
It's like, in order for you to even get that rapport with that person, you have to be able to have a conversation.
But that's the thing. I think, like, everybody I treat with a level of respect, regardless of what class or protected class they are. And then I think that's what we was having a conversation and another podcast about was, it's best not to say anything at all if you don't got nothing nice to say. But I don't like being fake with anybody neither. But I treat everybody with a level of respect, just because you haven't done anything to me. I think once you've done something, it's like, okay, then it's different. So I never feel uncomfortable with talking to anybody because I don't never have that intent. If it is a misunderstanding, it's kind of like, oh, my bad. I ain't even. But I know that some people are just so ready to be offended by any sort of thing. Then that becomes the scenario. Like they're waiting for you to say what? Huh? Oh, that's it. I'm done. Yeah, it's like that becomes the thing is that you're just waiting on something to be offended by. But in order to speak, you got to risk the possibility of offending somebody because no matter what you say, you will offend somebody. There'll be someone that does not agree with your thought. And if you're going around your entire life trying to not to say the thing to offend somebody, you're then, like I said, you're being fake. Or you're just, you're walking around feeling like you're suppressing yourself. But I think if you approach everything as far as a space of where you're respecting everybody, I don't care what your stance is on stuff. I come to you and speak to you as an individual without all of that stuff. I don't think about what your, whatever your side you're on. I'm talking to you more so as a person. And that's how you do it. And I mean, like I said, and if people are offended by that, that's crazy. I didn't even say anything. But I think it's when people are kind of conscientiously like, what are you? Are you this? Then that becomes the problem because now you're so much trying to fix your words to kind of. But if you just approach people and talk to them like a person without thinking about what side they're on and all that, it's a different scenario. So I don't walk around like that. You know what I'm saying? There's at work, everybody's off hands. I don't try to mess my job up by I don't try to. That's why I try not to be friendly with people because you don't know. You being too friendly, you might start joking around and they be like, hey, you said what? I'm telling on you. And it's like, I was joking around. Like you get to that place and then now you're called into the HR office because you said something. I was just joking. It don't matter because at work, I'm not going out partying with your people. I'm not saying anything. I'm watching what I say to because that's a kind of thing that it messes with your livelihood. So there is a different thing. But in public, I don't mess with anybody anyway. But if I was to, I talk to people with respect initially until you show me that you don't like me or you don't like black people or whatever. Okay, okay. Or you do something where you disrespect someone I know or something like that. Now I know how to treat you. I just don't go in those spaces anymore. But I do agree with you though. I do think that everybody are more sensitive to stuff like that. But I think if you go about it in that way, then you shouldn't have any problem. You know what I mean?
Back from the sensitive subject. How about early 2000s was like when the malls were still in effect.
Oh yeah, I missed the malls.
Man.
I missed the mall. I don't like social spaces now, but I like the malls. I don't know what it was. It's like when you went in the mall, even though you ain't have money, you
were able to still do something.
You was able to see. You like, when I do get money, I'm getting that. You know what I mean? Then
you get the movie theaters because movie theaters started to
because they were all attached to malls.
They're shutting down.
Because they always inside the mall.
Especially after COVID, like once they started to like release new movies at home, people just they don't want to go to the movies.
That's when I saw it. Was when COVID hit and no one could go out. Then
there's not even too many movie theaters around here, like in the area that we live at now, because they shut down.
The last one that was in our area.
Yeah, they shut one up.
And then also with the entire online shopping, like I remember with the mall, that's when you were able to actually, there was something you wanted, you were able to actually go to the mall, go to whatever that particular store was, and actually try it out and then be like, okay, yes, I want to buy this.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like everything you got to kind of do is more so. Of course, there's places like Walmart and stuff in a little store here or there, but it's like now everything's got to be bought online.
I have an idea to bring the malls back too.
I like to.
They could you can online shop, but you treat the malls like the warehouse.
Center,
yeah. Like you store the stuff at those malls, and the people that want to go in there and buy it, they can go in. But then the people that want to order it, they can order it from that store and be delivered to their house. Like it could be like a distribution center. Like right now, it's like, no, we got to shut it all down because nobody wants to come into the malls. But those things will pay for itself because they're still paying technically like they're walking in, but they're not walking in. It's just a place that they store the product, then they sell it out of there.
Sorry.
No, go on.
No, I'm wondering, like, because like in our area, what we're starting to see is, they get rid of the malls, but they're making a lot of town centers, and the town centers seem to be doing pretty well. So I'm kind of wondering, like, what's the science in that? Where like, okay, you get rid of the mall, but then you build a town center to have stores, restaurants in a nicer area, and people be there. Because I was just at one the other day. I mean, it was like it was jumping.
I think it's because the mall is one building,
and
I'm pretty sure the real estate aspect of it is like that whole building costs something. Now people can buy different spots within the building, and they help pay for that space. But I think where it's like the outlets is kind of like, you got that store, like you see different ones disappearing. You'll see another thing pop up there. But it's like, it's not one particular spot, big building or whatever it is.
And then when you got a lot of empty spots in the mall,
yeah,
it's like it affects the whole visual of the entire building. Whereas if it's like individual areas in a town center, it's just one, okay, that building's just empty. But we got all of this. So it's not like it affects the...
Because you see stuff slowly migrating out. So, like, they'll close down. Like, what happened? They closed something down at, I think, one of the malls. And then the store moved just to its own little building off to the side.
I forgot what they call them big stores, the anchor stores that be at the
big box stores?
Yeah, like J.C. Penney.
Yeah, they'll branch off from the mall. It'll be like, hey, here's this store by itself. It's not long. But then you start to try to save the mall. They'll see like stores that normally are by themselves attached to a mall, like a Target attached to a mall. Like now Target's on, like to go to Target, you got to go through the mall or it's part of the mall. Or, I never seen it with Walmart, but I've seen Target attached to a mall or something like that. And people are always going to go there, little Targets and stuff like that. They help kind of try to save the malls, but it's no saving them. I think that what brought the malls to life was the people that just wanted to get out there. Because sometimes people ain't had nothing. They just gather at the food courts and they're just sitting there and chilling and,
getting all the taste tests.
The free foods
free
and
samples,
stuff. Or they just get there with their friends and hang out at the food court. And then when the security was like, get out of here, they started chasing them and take the hoodies off and go. But there was some people that just was messing it up for everybody at the mall.
True.
They start getting rambunctious, and then next thing you know, they bring the pew-pews out.
That's what happened to like that arcade that we used to have over here. Was it Jeepers? Or
the one across from the mall?
Yeah, the kids messed it up. They ended up having to close down because they kept getting together and fighting.
But they recently, now they're just renaming the arcades as like Dave and Buster's or they're arcades, but this one's called this. They got other stuff in there that's not arcade related. They'll have like a rock climbing wall or some goat karts in there.
Yeah, people love that for some reason.
I mean, it's an arcade, but it's kind of like this newer generation's version of it. Like, have you ever been to Chuck E. Cheese now?
I've never been to Chuck E. Cheese.
Man, these new Chuck E. Cheeses are terrible to me. They got rid of remember the tubes and the slides and balls? They got it. It looked like a Dave and Buster's in there.
Yeah.
It's like more so like, you can play video games. It's not even all the video games neither, but it's like more like open concept. There's no slides. There's none of that. They got like little video games here. They got a little trampoline. The one I went to, it had like trampoline thing there. but there's no like ball pit, the tubes where the kids go run in.
I think they get
rid
of the ball pit because it's not.
I mean, it's not sanitary.
Yeah,
of course, kids go throw up and
I was gonna say that was gonna segue into a different area. I was kind of curious about which.
That was good. Remember, like when McDonald's used to have that.
That's what I was gonna say. The restaurants, because the restaurants got rid of it too. But
there's some every so often you find that still have the little slides and stuff.
The death of the dollar menus.
Yeah, that was bound to happen.
Yeah, dollar menu.
With all the prices going up. Yeah. No, I miss the commercials.
Food used to taste better too. Remember how good McDonald's used to be?
I guess
McDonald's used to be like
the food used to be top notch.
Yeah, man. It's like
after that last one, I don't trust your thoughts no more.
Whatever.
You got rid of everything but McDonald's.
But no, I said McDonald's.
No, you didn't. You said it can stay.
I said barely. But anyway, because they fries be good.
Yeah,
their fries do be good.
Yeah, they do.
And they Sprite.
Sprite.
You can't get Sprite wrong.
It's Sprite.
They Sprite be Sprite.
It's different than
the Sprite is like, I don't know, it's top tier.
How about this? Now, this may just be me because I like cars. What do y'all think about cars?
I feel like cars back in the day was better.
How
they look.
I just think cars were
Everything's
better.
now sleek. That's what they're trying to do now. Everything's sleek.
Cars were better back then because like everything now, there's a touch screen for everything. And then there's so many sensors in the car. Like if you just get a fender bender, they total your car because all those sensors that they got up there in the front bumper is like.
Yeah, that's what happened to me recently.
Yeah,
I was still able to drive my car. It was like total.
Yeah, I was like, they told.
I was driving it for weeks,
bumper?
driving it just fine until I finally was able to, get my appointment in and get my car looked at and totaled.
Yeah, and then I remember once upon a time in the early 2000s and later, there weren't tire sensors. There were none of that. Now that thing goes down just a smidget.
Yeah, my car's like tire maintenance right now. I'm like, well,
yeah, I like that though. I mean, I'm with you. Mine's is on there too, but I feel that it does like when you go to fill it, it tells you like beep, beep. Yeah, like it's good.
Yeah.
The other ones you just have to keep filling it until you look over the thing to see if the pressure's too high.
Yeah, that's true.
That one in the car, at least car will let you know a little bit like, hey, that's enough,
No, but what I'm talking about is not at the pump, like where you put the air pressure. I mean, like the sensor in your car.
Yeah, in your car, yeah.
Like I'd be like in some, like I remember my girlfriend. No, not Nadine, not the one I'm with now. The one I was with before. She had sensors in her car, but what she would do was she would put air in there when they needed air because the sensor's telling her it needs air. And then of course the thing like you were saying. It does that. Sensor stays on.
Yeah. Mine's is on right now. I just filled mine's back up.
And the thing with that is you have to get those sensors individually looked at.
No.
Not cheap.
It does like there is a thing where it says your thing is low. It like because when I was doing one of the pumps I went to, it was broken, so the air was just coming out. So then when I got back in the car, it was like like they had a grid of the car. It was like this tire is really low. So I rolled across the street to the other pump and filled it back up. So it lets you know, like that thing is just to say, like, hey, your thing is a little low or something. I don't know what it is, but I think, like he said, it needs to be balanced or whatever. But it is. I think that thing isn't as bad as the one I did. Like I said, when the air went so far out that it was like it was low. Yeah. That if it gets to that, then that means you got to pull over.
Yeah.
That other one is just saying like, hey man, one of these days, go put a little air in the tire. You know what I'm saying? And you might be able to reset it somehow. I just don't know. I ain't tech savvy. But no, I was never really a car person. I think cars are made for just driving from here to there, and that's it. I don't really care too much for the cars like that.
You get a car like early 2000s on back. It's like they had all the safety features that you needed.
Yeah,
they had the airbag.
I like the stuff. I got the lane departure warning. I like the blind spot detection. I mean, it's like that. There is some stuff where it just malfunctioned. I was backing up in the car I got now, and it was raining, and it was like saying something was back there, and it wasn't. So it just kept like braking. I was like,
Your car was braking?
Yeah, because it's like a safety thing, so you don't hit somebody. It's saying something's back there. I go back there. There's nothing back there. It's raining. So it was just braking on its own. Yeah, as I wiped the camera off, maybe it worked after that, but it was just stuff like that. I don't like having now I got to get out in the rain.
Yeah,
because you're saying something back that ain't back there. Stuff. Sometimes technology acts up a little bit. I do miss the older cars that they were more sturdier, like they were solid. If I hit one of these newer cars, that thing's crumbling.
Shatter.
The car I had back in the 90s, like my old 2000. No, it was a 1995. That thing was solid. Yeah, Pathfinder. Yeah, that thing was solid. But
to be like me.
Who
got a Pathfinder?
I had it first. That was my first car.
So I had to be like you.
Yeah.
Wait,
Copycat.
Didn't you give him the Pathfinder?
No,
I didn't.
I bought it from our aunt.
Why would I give him a car?
She was moving across the country, and then she sold me that to me. But nah, and I don't really. I was like back before I had a car. I was like, man, I'm okay with a minivan.
It's crazy how people don't walk no more. We used to walk everywhere.
We had no
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like,
did you have your license? I got mine's late.
Yeah, you were driving your dad's car.
Yeah.
You just was doing it just because.
Doing what?
Walking. You had a license.
I ain't had no car. I ain't had no car.
I'm just saying.
My dad never used a car like that.
The only reason why I walked was because I ain't have a car.
I ain't have a car either.
I ain't have a license, my bad.
I ain't have a car
If
either.
I had a license, I was going to struggle to get the car.
I mean, it took me a second. I remember my first car was a station wagon. Remember the station wagon? Yeah, it was a Chrysler Reliant, white, had an extra seat in the trunk.
You miss it.
Nah, it was this thing was always leaking oil everywhere. I had to keep putting oil in it
They got
every
you
trip.
around though.
Yeah.
That some people would like miss their first car. Like,
I don't miss that.
Okay.
Early 2000s. That was when people actually used to date the old-fashioned way. Like you actually met somebody out in the wilds.
Oh, without online
social media.
Yeah, you met them out in the wilds.
I don't know too much about all of that.
You went up, showed your interest.
Yeah.
Y'all went out on a date.
You missed that? You like dating online better than meeting somebody in person?
No, I think meeting in person is better because at that point there were no filters. There was nothing. There was no catfishing.
I concur.
What you saw was what you got. The worst thing you had to worry about dating at that point was, the same thing we worry about nowadays: personality and makeup.
Yeah.
But now there's people that got makeup and they got filters. Yeah. So it's like, now you got something on top of something that keeps you from being able to see what you're actually getting. But the thing is their thing is, it should be about my personality. Well, my personality is not what got me to respond
the
to
attraction
this,
you're talking about.
Yeah, to this post or to come across the street to talk to you or whatever the case. You learn that stuff after the fact.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. The double entendre of the makeup and the filter thing.
Yeah, and also like with people in general,
it's a double whammy.
People they don't have them public spaces either, not anymore. Like people aren't really going to places of worship so much anymore.
You missed that.
Well, I'm saying that's how most people were able to meet, like out in the wilds, because we already said like if you ain't walking,
it's like work. I mean, people meet at work.
They make a lot of relationships at work, connections
at work. I mean, I think that's mostly where it was happening anyway back in the day. Because once you leave school was your main part where you found people. Then when you went to work was the second. And then obviously if you knew friend of a friend, maybe, this person came to a party that and you met there. And I think what the social media and dating sites, all they did was kind of connect people across different cities that probably ain't in your main network. I think it might have helped in some way, and then it kind of delusionized. I know that's a new word I just created.
Delusionized.
It delusionized this generation of people.
No, definitely not.
It can't know, because what happens is now you get people that had a certain amount of attention now has a lot of attention, and then the attention gets confused. Sexual attention or attraction attention, like you really want to be with that person,
they're not
is inflated because men's approach have always been to try to get access to sex.
Mm-hmm.
So we've always not all men, I guess, but lying and showing things, hey, I got a car, I got money, things just to get access. But physically, when you will meet somebody, you can kind of, nip that in the bud. But now you might be online for a while plotting on things and like telling them, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
pictures of cars, ain't yours.
you got say you got money, So now it's like, but that attention initially just looks like, oh, I got 100 things in my guys in my inbox. Whereas before it might have been, a few guys, So but you don't know which ones are true or just wanting one thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The guys have more of a realistic standpoint because it's still the same. You don't get nothing unless you give off something. You gotta say hi or you introduce yourself or have be charismatic in some sort of way in order to get something. So that's a little bit different too, because the attention it kind of gets blurred. You don't know what is, you get this inflated self of worth because of how much of it you get now versus like attention, even attention in general. Like if somebody, not me, but if someone went online right now, you had like a lot of people and you say, hey, I'm sad today. You got a bunch of people, hey, what's going on? You okay? What's happening? Some people really are concerned, but some people are just being nosy. What happened? So you don't know who people, but even then, that person that posted that just wants attention. So now they got someone that can give them attention when they want it. Hey, what happened? What you doing? And now they feel like, oh, look, I got all these people paying attention to me. Before it was kind of like, you had your small, and I think that's what kind of spurred this new level of depression, because of so many people's opinion at all times. If you post a picture, everybody got something negative to say or positive to say. You have people that, that have so much to say and all this attention all at once that you didn't have before. And people kind of look to that too, this public perception of you, like, hey, how many likes did I get? Did everybody like my picture?
So
and it's too much emphasis put on that stuff now versus back before the 2000s. So
my question, to get more clarity on your statement, would you say that without social media and the dating apps, which I guess can be classified into that group, that's made it so that people feel they don't have to work on themselves more? And the reason why I'm saying that is because, before, they didn't have that, so you knew you had to be a good person.
Mm-hmm.
You had to wear your clothes. You had to present yourself to the world in a particular way, and in order for people to accept you. But now that there's this filter of social media or whatever, you think that now makes it so that people don't have to work on their character in order to be accepted?
Yes and no. I think that, someone's always going to accept what you're saying or putting out. That's where it's like people don't feel like they have to work on themselves, because you're going to get attention regardless. Depending on who you are, I think it's a little bit different. I think it depends on men or women. I think that women are more advertisers. They'll post a picture, maybe they call it thirst traps now, and they're going to get attention. There might be somebody, hey, put some clothes on or something like that, but they're getting the attention. So even though, maybe there are things they could work on, but if you're getting so many likes and no one's telling you what's wrong, you tend to get to a place where you feel like you're perfect. You're a 10 out of 10. Look how many likes I got. That's what happens. And so sometimes you get that. And then there's a yes in the sense of like, you should. I mean, I think it's just in the sense that you should, but I think it's that, do they see it that way? I don't think that no one sees it that way once you get so much people saying yes to everything. And you may not even be that attractive. It's just
what you're putting out there. Kind of
it's like
you were a guy that on all of your pictures or whatever, you got like wads of cash in your hand. You just,
you
like
get he gonna get a lot of people, women in his DM, but they want him for the money.
Yeah,
they want some of the money that he's flashing right there.
But to him, the way he may be looking at it is
like they want
all these
me.
chicks that want me.
But they might the guys might even be realistic in their mind, like they want me for the money, but he don't care because if you got them, that's what you remember that song. It ain't tricking if you got it.
Yeah,
that's what they mean. If you got the money, it ain't really tricky because like I ain't nothing to me. I got all the money. Like what's $100 to somebody that got me? That's basically what that is. So I think the guy aspect. I think guys are a lot more realistic that these women are only giving them attention because of the money that they have. The other side isn't the same. Sometimes it's like you think that's no, they want to be with me. They want my, and it's like, okay. I don't know, like it's just a scenario you'll never know neither until you give up whatever it is that they want. And then then that's when you see like if they don't call you back or they ghost you or something like then you was like, oh, they must not. But they're not doing to all those 100 guys in the inbox.
Yeah, true.
So you'll still feel that way because you're like, it was just that one guy. You will never feel. But I think obviously if you took away the money from the guy, he didn't get that attention until he start flashing the money. So I think for a guy it's more realistic because that attention only came when you had all of this money that you're flashing. It wasn't always there.
Yeah.
Versus with them, it's like you're born with your beauty. You're born with that. So the attention that you're going to get probably would have been on a lower level though, because back before we had social media and stuff like that, you've only got the attention from the people that you was able to see in your community. You go to the store, you go work or whatever. Those are the only people that would be able to see you. But now everybody can see you. You put this online and you got, I got 4K views in one day or whatever it is. And you didn't do anything. But that sometimes then messes up your mentality because then now you start to think way highly of yourself. And maybe you start thinking that you're better than people. I'm not saying all the people that do that, but it does give you a sense of, I don't know what the
a higher sense of self.
Yeah, higher sense of self. And it may not be realistic. And sometimes that diminishes your actual personality. What you need to work on is your being, having an actual personality and other skills too, because do you want to learn how to be a wife or do you want to learn how to be, or you don't have to do anything. Just accept me the way you're getting this. This is what you're getting. So this should all be what you should want. And then that's what winds up happening. So I do feel like it's a downgrade. I think that, and people won't never, as long as you're getting the attention is gonna, people ain't gonna want to give that up to do what their grandparents or mom or dad was doing. They're gonna keep that. Like, why not? Shoot, sometimes you're getting money, you're getting things out of this. Like,
if you're benefiting from it, why would you stop?
But it's a delusional mentality because once you hit that wall, you start aging, and then you don't look as good, and then the attention goes away. Now you have to deal with being somebody in order to get somebody.
Character.
So,
Jeremiah, what would you say you like the most about the early 2000s?
I know I'm a 90s person, so
you don't like anything.
No, it's not really too much. So, because even like a lot of our sitcoms that we grew up, sitcom, like what, like they kind of died out by the 2000s, like the classic sitcoms. Because now you might have some decent shows, but
do you like your phone?
I'm not. I'm a little different from everybody else. Like, especially like with him, like you like technology. I'm kind of like old school. Like I just use my phone. Like the phone I had before this, it was like I think I had like an iPhone 10.
So you would take a flip phone?
As long as it's just small, and I'm more so concerned about like drop calls and stuff like that. So I'm more so concerned about like my service. Yeah. Than the quality of the phone, because I don't use my phone for much. I just call, text, maybe look on social media, whatever.
Would you take a phone that didn't have video, it didn't have camera, it just had you can call, the service was good, But that's it. No, you can't go on YouTube or nothing else. Just call, text.
I got go on like the streaming stuff, but I mean the
YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, but
so he does want like early.
But
2000s.
like sometimes like people be doing extra stuff like work related stuff on their phone and configuring things and stuff like making movies and like you could do so much with a phone. So I'm just saying, so it's not just
I'm with you. It has to be practical.
Like I have like a really small box.
You talk about it has to be practical. A practical phone basically can do the essential stuff. The surface is good.
Yeah,
but you ain't using it to go do a spreadsheet. No planner and all that stuff on there. Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't know. Like I guess there is some technology parts that makes things convenient. I can't think of anything right now, but I know there are some out there. But like just the convenience of it all. Like I feel like
ordering things from your phone.
Yeah,
DoorDash and stuff like that.
Do you think that there hasn't been like any big, like huge technological?
You say the thing
that I like that's now in this part of the 2000s, I guess you could say.
Late. Well, I would say late is still going.
Is like Chat GPT,
GPT,
yeah, and Copilot and stuff like that.
Like
Copilot,
yes.
What's Copilot? Well, we don't have to talk about it. Now talk to me after.
But it's kind of like the same thing. It's like a AI system where you can like ask it questions, like it's like a and ask it to do things for you, like write this out for me, or
like ChatGPT.
Yeah. Okay. So like it's pretty much kind of similar, but yeah, those things I love. Because I remember the last job I had, like Copilot was great because there was like the last job I had, like I had to deal with retirement accounts and stuff like that, and that is a lot to it. And so there'll be like certain people who will ask certain questions and stuff like that, and right off hand, like I may not know the answer right because it's so broad, and so Copilot, that was linked to that particular job, because you can actually have it linked to your job, or you could just have like your own
little private thing.
Yeah. That helped me out a lot, like answering questions and stuff like that, for people quickly versus me having to like look at my resources for a long time, like let me place you on a brief hold while I get that answer for you. Because like sometimes it's like they'll have like hard question after hard question, and then it's like you got to keep being like, oh, let me place you on a brief hold for that question too, So Copilot kind of made calls like that kind of seamless. So I would say stuff like that, like those two things are the things I'm most impressed with the later 2000s, but the rest is earlier.
Yeah. Do you fear of your data being taken and used for other purposes?
That's another thing too that's got worse.
Do you have a fear of that?
I think everybody has like a little fear of it.
I don't.
Well, probably should. Because it's like, I work at a bank now, and like sometimes the fraudsters, they clear people out. So it's like you have to kind of have some worry about it, to the point where, because it's like that's your livelihood, how you gonna pay your bills, how you gonna take care of your family and stuff like that. So I feel like not like crippling fear, but just the acknowledgement that it exists. And that you have to kind of make more preparation so that you won't be, like for example, I had somebody who, one of the members of the bank I work at, he came in and he was like, it's an older guy, of course, because they attack a lot of older people and the fraudsters, and they sent him an email, and it was a lady that wasn't dressed. She was pretty much naked, neck up, but she was covering her chest, and she was like, "Come find me at this bank." So he came to our bank talking about, why would y'all send me this advertisement? Like this is not professional. He came for
the girl. He came for he came to complain.
He was like, this ain't professional. Why would y'all send me this? And he said, but I did click on it, and of course my account got hacked. And I was like, sir, we wouldn't not have sent you something like that, sir. Yeah, but we can help you, So but
he mad because he
he clicked on it because he wanted to find this lady at this bank. I was like, okay.
And now he blaming y'all.
Yeah, he mad because he clicked on the link and got, scammed or whatever.
How about movies? Because for me, that's when like all the good ones that last good ones had came out.
I'm sorry, what? Armageddon.
What?
What movie you said?
He said Armageddon.
He said when the best movies came out was around the early 2000s.
I said best movies, and you said Armageddon. I was like,
What did you like?
He went straight.
What did you like that movie? When did it come out? Was that the 90s?
He went straight from getting hacked or something.
Exactly.
The movie.
That's why I was throwing all. I was like, Armageddon. Who?
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm sorry, you just.
No, but to finish up that thing we was talking about was like. No, I was saying more so like the bigger companies like Google and Meta and like getting information. Like I was like, I don't really care. I don't care about. I mean, what do y'all? I mean, I ain't got nothing for y'all to. I mean, they're doing it. They doing it anyway. Yeah, they doing it anyway. I think it's once you're aware of like what that is, like the algorithm can feed me whatever. I'm not gonna stick to whatever is on there. I'm gonna.
People
scroll where I want to see.
People who like put little covers on their like the little camera on their laptops
and
stuff
laptop,
like that. Because they feel like, if somebody want to watch me walk around, watch my big tail walk around in my underwear, they can see it. If somebody, I want to see how this big man look at his undies. And they're like, okay.
My God, why does he put a cover on this?
They can see it.
But like I don't
know we can afford a cover. Nobody wants to see this. Why would I want to?
They can see
this
Google.
They can see it quick.
Yeah, it's like certain stuff. Like like do I? Because they gonna feed you stuff in the algorithm, but it's like. I know what it is. So I'm like, I know if something keeps popping up, I don't want to watch that. I know, I don't care. I'm fine with what I want to watch. I'm not one of those people that just like, oh, it popped up in the thing. Every so often you'll catch yourself scrolling, but then if it gets to the point where I just see too much of the same stuff, I'm like, no, okay, let me go look for something I want to watch. It'd be like that. I think I don't even know if that might be a thing they need to study later on. If that like it's a difference between the millennials and this generation. Because I feel like the people from the millennials might be like, because we're so used to commercials and stuff like that. We're used to our attention being disrupted all the time. So if you disrupt our attention, we might just move on to something else. Whereas this new generation, that's just all they know. So they'll watch streams and streams and streams of the same thing over and over again. I don't know if that's true, but I'm just saying like, for me, like if I go through it and it just keeps feeding me the same stuff, because that's where you get like an echo chamber. Then you start believing in stuff that don't like. You start noticing that now you're this because now you've seen so many videos of it. Like dang, and now all I think of is this, whatever it is, But yeah, I don't know. But now I guess we can transfer over to Danny's movie. Was there better movies in the early 2000s?
Well, I would answer this by saying that I feel like we get more movies now that we have all these streaming services. And so I don't feel like the quality of how movies used to be back in the day. I'm talking even in the 60s, 70s or whatever, like the quality of movies, the
thumb down.
Yeah, because
I
it's
agree.
like they come up with movies just like this. Like,
I agree.
I mean, it then like with Tubi, like I'm like it's people in the neighborhood that got movies out, and like it's ridiculous. Like I literally like it's people that's in this area that got movies and they got it on Tubi. Like you could just make a movie.
Like there's a high quantity of movies,
yes.
but the quality is subpar.
No.
Like back then, that's when you were getting all these blockbuster movies winning Oscars. Now it's like half the time when I see movies win Oscars, I was like, "What that movie got an Oscar?"
Remember back in the day too, like it would be like this big blockbuster movie that's about to come out, and then we at the movie theater watching a movie, and then we see like the advertisement for the next movie that's coming out, and then it'd be like coming in 2 years.
Yeah,
like now it's like stuff comes out, but back in the day you had to wait.
Yeah, you had
like
to wait.
Like
you have the little commercial for it. You be all hype, but it don't come out till like 5 years. Now it's like next year or next month or something like that. Like I remember the Endgame and Infinity War came out in the same year, right?
Nah, not too long, not too far.
Yeah, it seemed almost like it, right?
Yeah, it wasn't too far.
It felt like
they did do that. Then it's the current thing. It's about a year before we can see that. Like the movie's coming out next year.
Doomsday.
The Doomsday. Yeah, that's kind of like reminiscent of how it used to be, where it's like, oh, we gotta wait a whole year and a half.
But they drop stuff like that. May not be that thing. Like it'll be a Marvel movie, so it'll be like Thor.
Yeah.
Then later in the year it'll be some other hero, and then something else. They do drop more frequently versus like where you would get like Iron Man have his own year to himself.
Yeah, true.
And then Captain America comes out next year. Which, as a Marvel guy, I don't really... I do like seeing more frequent Marvel movies. It's just as long as the story, which I feel like the last couple ones haven't been that good.
Like Ironheart.
Yeah, but
you keep saying that.
But I would say that that's what actually happened during the early 2000s. Before, the only time we could get our Marvel, our superhero fix was through some comic books or Saturday morning cartoons. But now it's like the turn of the century, like early 2000s, that's when you first start seeing the Marvel movies.
Yeah. I mean, the movies ain't been too bad back in the early 2000s. Now, I agree. I think the movies are... I mean, there hasn't been a movie that's been announced that I was like, I gotta go and watch that when it comes out. Like, it's kind of like, okay. But I also think it's just a changing of the guard because some of the movie actors that we used to like have gotten gotten older. Gotten so old. They have gotten older. Like, so you don't see the Will Smiths anymore. You don't see the Denzels as much anymore. Tom Hanks, Arnold Schwarzenegger. So
he was on
this newer generation, like when movies pop up and they have people in, I'm trying to look for like the stars I want to see, and I'm like, they're not there anymore. Like, you'll see a new person that you never seen ever. Like, who's that? This person that played in some. I'm like, oh, I'm confused. I feel like at this point, I start to feel like I'm old because all the things that I ever knew growing up in the 90s are all like starting to fade away a little bit. Like, like you said, the sitcoms, the good movies and stuff, the actors that we had, like the music, the style of music. So now it's like, oh, it's starting to get so far somewhere else that now it's like, I'm starting to see myself like one of them old people saying like, back in my day, they used to be this and they used to be that and it used to be that. There's stuff that technology wise that's still good. I think is really good technology. But as far as like the pop culture stuff, like either seeing it rinse and repeat, like it's like history repeats itself, like the Jordans, the retro Jordans that's coming out, and these young people are thinking like the older people are still in their fashion. Like, hey man, Fila's are back out. You're like, those we used to watch. They see you wear it. They're like, hey, look, he trying to be like us. No. We had these before y'all had them. But you do start to feel like you start to feel like your parents when you start to look at stuff like back when I was old. We had arcades and we had mall. The mall was out and we had
soda cost 25 cents. 25 cents.
Yeah, back when we used to go to the store with $1 and be able to get a whole bunch of stuff. We now go there, can't get one thing out of the store for $1. You young people don't know what you start talking to young people like saying that. Young people, they start calling you different names. They calling you Unc and they start looking at us saying we're old. Now we are those people because that's one thing I miss about the early 2000s because we were the ones that was
we were the young bucks.
Yeah, but now we're washed up.
Dang,
no, you washed up. I ain't washed up. I still
I'm washed out.
But no, that's the 2000s. I won't say it's nothing. It's some positives. It's definitely a lot of negatives, but I think it's because we have something to compare it to. We've definitely been around long enough to see the transition. I think the newer generation won't understand because they are living in the time that they are living in it. They don't know what they're missing right now. They don't know what they missed out on back in the 1990s.
Exactly.
Unless you got a kid that you like watching the older cartoons with, because that is a good thing I do like. It's a streaming service. They got some of the old cartoons you can go back and relive your childhood on. Like I remember Disney Plus got Gummy Bears up there. They got The Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. They got Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers up there. They got all the old episodes of The Simpsons on there. Goof Troop is up there. They got all the old classics, and they even got the Marvel cartoons and stuff on there. So it's like,
the old X-Men, the old X-Men
the animated
cartoon.
series,
With 92.
Yeah, if you go to Paramount Plus, you got the old Ninja Turtles. The one from, they still got Ninja. They got all different versions of Ninja Turtles, but they got the old Ninja Turtles from the 80s, 90s. Yeah.
Paramount.
Yeah, they got, so you can relive your childhood a little bit, That's one thing I do like about, this ain't the early 2000s. This was kind of like more modern, but,
you can stream some stuff from back in the day.
Yeah, you can stream some stuff from like your childhood and stuff. But the stores, stuff I miss, Toys R Us disappeared in the early 2000s. Then you got, there's no Circuit City. The malls are gone. J.C. Penney's out of there. Sears is out of there. Kmart's gone. What is Radio Shack's gone. What else is gone?
So much.
Jimmy Jazz.
You say Blockbuster, right?
Blockbuster gone. Even Hollywood Video gone. Remember Hollywood Video?
Yeah.
What was the other one? Hollywood Video, Blockbuster.
FYE. That's
FYE. CD, the DVD store.
Oh yeah. No CDs or everything.
No, I got a CD recently. I got a J. Cole new album was a CD.
What?
Yeah, I mean the car don't have no CD player, but I have to play it on my PlayStation. I can't listen to it in the car because there's no CD player.
You know what? But,
ain't got no CD player in the car.
Yeah, because it's like no physical copies of media anymore.
Nah, I mean you can find DVDs still. Go to Walmart; they got a DVD section still.
It's like that's gonna be just odd.
It's gonna be strange once you go there. They ain't got no DVD collection no more.
Like, Mom, look, I found a DVD player. Gotta blow dust off.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Walk into a store and there's no physical media, no DVDs, no CDs.
Yeah.
They might have books. They still holding on. The books are still holding on.
What's another thing too? Bookcases.
Yeah, books. Yeah. Remember the CD holder?
Yeah.
The DVD thing.
Yeah. Remember my parents how they had like movies like all in.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
in the cabinets. They had movies in boxes and stuff like that.
CD towers. Yeah. CD wallets. Being in the car, you flip it through it.
I'm glad about that. I ain't happy. Those discs used to get scratched, and now you got the scratch disc.
Yeah,
I do miss them in the sense that you had it, you ain't have to worry about paying subscription to keep listening to your favorite song. But now it's like if you don't pay that subscription, your whole catalog gone.
Yeah.
So it's like the CD, you can always just pull one, put this in there. Right?
That's true.
Now you can lose your whole library of movies. You can lose all of that if they decided you ain't want to pay that whatever fee per month.
All your video games,
all of it's gone. I mean, you can they do have it if you buy a video game digital. You can have if you save it to your hard drive, you can keep it obviously. Or you could just re-download it if you need space on your hard drive, but. It's just something about having a physical copy. You can always lend it to somebody. Like if Jeremiah, hey, let me listen to that CD you got. Here you go. Yeah. I can't do that with Spotify. They don't want us to have good things. He ain't got Spotify, and hey, you heard that?
I can't borrow your Spotify.
You can log into my nope. No, because some places it'll be like you got. You can only have a certain amount of people on a thing. Netflix got hip to that. Everybody sharing their little.
Yeah, they don't want us having good things. They're like, wait a minute, he's sharing his games with his friends. No, we don't want that. Wait a minute, he's sharing his.
They'll let you do it. You just got to pay a little extra.
Yeah,
you got to pay a little extra. So but yeah, things of the 2000s ain't terrible. It's not better than the 90s, but it's it's okay. It's okay. It got some stuff. We're struggling, out here with this inflation and, about to go to war and all this other stuff, but we're still here.
Yeah.
Still standing, still strong.
Still standing.
If I don't know how long, but
dang.
We're gonna wrap it up before it gets too depressing. You know what I mean? Yeah. The early 2000s was okay. Hopefully it gets better as we go through the 2000s.
Yeah, because next thing you know, if it gets any worse, won't be no videos.
It won't be nothing.
Won't be no
videos. we'd be forced to do videos, but
we know we always can count on Danny because he has contingency plans.
He got a bunker somewhere.
I'm sure he does.
The food stock.
These are all fables.
You don't have contingency plans?
He don't want everybody to know.
Don't you have contingency plans?
He don't want everybody.
Now you trying to be humble about it?
He don't want everybody
to
know because then they'll all start.
Oh, yeah, they all come.
Yeah, you know, he got
to talk about it off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, you know how that goes. You know what I mean? But yeah. So this episode will be. I don't know what I was about to say. This will be the end of this episode.
Yes, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll come to you again with something new the next time. Thank you.
That 2000 smack was.
Oh yeah, he still wants to smack you for him all the way back.